What if the reason you're not making money online isn't because you lack skill, but because your psychology is outdated? You see, automation isn't just about technology. It's a mental upgrade. And most people never make that upgrade. Most people try to make money online by trading their time for dollars. They post manually. They respond to every comment and message manually. They sell manually. They even think manually. And then they're completely shocked when they burn out. Here's the hard truth. The internet rewards systems, not just raw effort. The people who are truly winning right now, they don't necessarily work harder. They think differently. They think in terms of leverage. They think in repeatability. They think in automation. But psychologically, that can feel really uncomfortable. Why? Because your brain was wired for immediate survival, not for exponential scale. Let's break down the first hurdle. The scarcity trap. Your brain loves certainty. A traditional job feels safe, right? You get a predictable paycheck, you have a defined role, and the expectations are crystal clear. Automation, on the other hand, feels uncertain. There's no boss telling you what to do. There's no guarantee of a paycheck. And there's definitely no linear, predictable path. So, your brain resists it. This is what we call scarcity conditioning. You were trained your whole life to earn money by being physically or mentally present for the task. Automation is the exact opposite. It earns money when you're absent. That contradicts everything you've ever been taught about work. To truly win with automation, you have to make a fundamental psychological shift. You must go from I get paid when I work to I get paid when my systems work. That's not just a change in strategy. It's a psychological upgrade. This brings us to the second major point, an identity shift. Most people fail with automation because, deep down, they still identify as workers. But automation requires you to stop thinking like a worker and start thinking like a system builder. A worker wakes up and asks, what do I need to do today? A builder wakes up and asks, what can I build once that will work for me forever? This is a massive difference. When you create a YouTube video that gets views for years, or a digital product that sells on autopilot, or an AI content system that posts for you every single day, you're not just doing tasks, you're building assets. And asset thinking is long-term psychology. Automation is the ultimate game of delayed gratification. Your brain craves those instant results, that quick feedback loop. But real wealth rewards patience plus systems. You have to be willing to plant the seeds today for a harvest you might not see for months or even years. Now let's talk about dopamine and distraction. Manual work gives you an instant hit of dopamine. You post something, you get likes, you get messages, you get notifications. These are all quick wins that make you feel productive. Automation, on the other hand, gives you delayed dopamine. You build the system, you test it, you wait, you optimize it. There's far less emotional stimulation in the day-to-day process. And this is exactly why most people quit. They mistake the feeling of boredom for a sign of failure. But here is the secret. Boredom is often a sign that the system is working exactly as it should. If you can tolerate that initial phase of slow growth, if you can handle the repetition and the data analysis without needing that constant dopamine rush, you will beat 90% of the people who try and fail. The fourth psychological shift is adopting compounding thinking. The real magic of automation is how it compounds over time. One single video becomes 10 videos. 10 videos become 100 videos. And 100 videos become an entire library of assets working for you around the clock. One email in a sequence becomes a fully automated sales funnel, which then becomes a source of recurring revenue. The psychology required for this, you have to think in years, not in days. Most people evaluate their progress far too early. They plant a seed and get frustrated when it's not a tree by next week. Automation rewards consistency and scale over the long term. It's about stacking small, repeatable actions until they create an unstoppable momentum. This leads to our fifth and final point. Emotional detachment. Manual income feels intensely personal. If you're on a sales call and someone doesn't buy, it feels like a personal rejection. It stings. Automation removes that emotion from the equation. Your system either converts or it doesn't. It's not personal. It's just data. You simply adjust the variables. You tweak the hook. You change the offer. You test a new thumbnail or a different price point. You adjust your ad targeting. It all becomes a game of math. And math doesn't care about your feelings. When you can detach emotionally and focus purely on optimization, on what the data is telling you, you can scale so much faster because your decisions aren't clouded by ego or fear. So, to summarize everything, making real money with automation isn't about having the fanciest tools or the most complex software. It's about your mindset, You must escape that scarcity conditioning that keeps you trapped in the time-for-money exchange. You have to shift your identity from a worker to a system builder. You need to learn to tolerate delayed dopamine and find satisfaction in the process, not just the instant results. You must think in compounding timelines, seeing the long-term vision. And finally, you have to detach emotionally and learn to optimize your systems like a scientist. Automation is, at its core, psychological leverage. And once you make that crucial mental shift, you'll stop chasing money. Instead, you'll start building the machines that generate it for you. If you want to learn how to build these smart money AI systems that run without you, make sure you subscribe. We break down automation, leverage, and scalable income every single week. The future belongs to the builders. It's time to make the shift.